and I had been studying the tongue of the woodpecker for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, because nobody had ever actually looked.
Leonardo, you could paint, you could sculpt, you were designing flying machines, and you spent 3 weeks on a woodpecker's tongue?
It wraps around the inside of the skull, you know. Nobody knew that.
I didn't need to know that either, but okay. Welcome back. I'm sitting across from a man who designed the helicopter in 1489, painted the Mona Lisa, mapped the human heart, and apparently had strong opinions about woodpeckers. Leonardo da Vinci. Legend. Genius. Worst person to have a deadline with. We'll get to that. So I have to ask, and I mean this respectfully, you left behind 13,000 pages of notes. 13,000! And you published almost none of it. What was going on?
I was going to.
You were going to?
The notes were for me, to think. When I write, I understand. When I understand, I move to the next question. The publishing, that was always the next thing.
Procrastination, maybe?
Wasn't as straightforward as pushing post, you know.
You painted a horse that the world never got to see. What's that all about?
The Sforzas, or the House of Sforzas, paid me to paint a horse. 17 years I worked on that horse.
Did they get the horse?
They got a clay model. The bronze intended for casting the horse was diverted to forge cannons, which failed, and Marshal Gian Giacomo Trivulzio, leading the French, invaded anyway.
So it was used for target practice by French?
Essentially, yes. War is the most bestial of human activities. I wrote that also, in the notebooks.
Unpublished?
Unpublished.
Okay, here's what gets me. You're left-handed, you wrote everything in mirror script, backwards, right to left. You dissected 30 human corpses in secret. You bought birds from markets just to open the cage and let them go. People claim you slept for only 2 hours a night. Is that so?
20 minutes, 6 times a day.
Is that true, though? I found no evidence for it.
We'll never know, I guess.
You're literally describing what biohackers are trying to sell people right now.
What is a biohacker?
Someone who charges $400 to tell you to sleep less and think more.
And people pay for this?
Thousands of them. Whenever you think of Leonardo da Vinci, your second thought is the Mona Lisa. You carried it with you for the last 4 years of your life. Never gave it to the man who commissioned it. Never sold it. Just kept it. Why?
Because it was not finished.
Most people think it's one of the most perfect paintings ever made.
I could see what was missing. Every time I looked, something in the left side of the background. The atmosphere was not right. The hands. I kept thinking I would return to it.
And you never felt it was done?
The day I stopped working on it was the day I could no longer hold a brush.
So you kept it with you until the very end. Interesting. That's the thing about you nobody really talks about. It wasn't arrogance. You just genuinely could not stop seeing more.
To finish something is to stop looking at it.
Some people these days claim that Mona Lisa is a hidden self-portrait or direct physical reflection of you. Thoughts?
As you people would say today, it's complete BS. That's Lisa Gherardini, Francesco del Giocondo's wife.
By the way, why no eyebrows?
I did paint them, but you people scrubbed those off during centuries of overzealous cleaning and restoration.
Okay, last thing. If you were alive today, what are you doing?
I would study the brain. We understand so little still. How thought becomes image, how memory holds shape. That gap between what the mind sees and what the hand produces.
So, neuroscience.
Sure.
Leonardo da Vinci, ladies and gentlemen. 13,000 pages of genius, most of it unread for 500 years. Proof that the most important ideas in history almost didn't make it. Not because the man lacked the brain, but because he never stopped having a better idea. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know, what guests would you like me to interview next?